Welcome to Ask Rich and Ed from Procurement Says No.
Woo.
We get a lot of listener questions, which we love to answer with insightful views and advice. Now we've created a whole new way of listening to Ask Rich and Ed with bite-sized mini podcasts full of useful answers to your questions.
Ooh, nice. Bite-sized chunks.
Let's see what questions we've got this time, Ed.
Well, Rich, will they be fatuous or inane? Or insightful? Your word, not mine. Let's make it real.
Boom. It's time for Ask Rich and Ed.
Well, you can ask any question that comes to mind, however stupid or complex.
This one is from John Binman in the West Midlands, UK. I've worked in procurement for the same manufacturing business for 4 years. I've got the opportunity to join a boutique procurement consulting business, which I think might be a good career move. Would you recommend me jumping ship, Eduardo?
Ooh, depends on you, doesn't it? It depends on, you've got to ask yourself, why do you want to go into consultancy? What do you think it will do for you? What characteristics have you got that you think would suit consultancy? Because it's not the same as a line procurement job.
No.
And through my career, obviously worked in consultancies. There's lots of really good procurement people out there, but it doesn't mean that they're suited to life in consultancy. Because I think the skill set is slightly different. Obviously, you have to have the knowledge, but lots of procurement people have the knowledge about procurement and how to do sourcing and all that stuff, and what SRM is, and so forth. But you've got to really, really thrive on every day being different, being challenged. You've got to love change. You've got to be a strong leader, I think, be able to direct other people. It could be the right career for you, but it might not be.
Yeah. It's thrown in the deep end, and then thrown in the deep end again, and then thrown at the deep end again, and then thrown in at the deep end again, and then make it up as you go along, and then have a strong view on something which you're not necessarily all that knowledgeable about, but you a few pages ahead of the client sometimes. So yeah, I think you're right. It's a very different world to having a line job in procurement. Obviously, there are, if you drew a Venn diagram, there'd be some bits which overlap, but it is a different role. So do your due diligence, both on your own view of what you think it is, but also on the company itself, because there are boutique consultancies and there are boutique consultancies.
I'm sure that Rich and I have talked about in the past. You can move into consultancy from a relatively senior position in industry, and you go back to the start. When I went into PW, I went in as a consultant.
As an OIC. Yeah.
And when you're an OIC certainly in the bigger consultancy, but maybe even a boutique consultancy be the same, but maybe the geographic span will be different. You can just get just told to start, go and work on a job tomorrow at the other end of the country, and you just got to get there, sort yourself out, and you could be away from home for 6 months. You come home at weekends, you could be in a hotel week in, week out. And is that a lifestyle that you're comfortable with, and your partner and so forth, are they going to be comfortable with that?
And also, you've got to be a bit of a salesman as well, haven't you? You've got to get into sales mode and all that stuff. So we've really sold the idea of being a procurement consultant here.
But the best bit is if you do thrive with change, transformation, leading things, giving your vision and view, then it can be fantastic. My first few years at PwC, I just thought were brilliant. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
They were the glory days, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Yeah, and then it all went wrong.
The glory days where nothing was too expensive, was it? No. Conference centre. I mean, talked about Dallas earlier, but I think we went to New York and various different places on conferences.
Toronto, yeah.
So there you go, John. It may be for you. It may not be for you. You make up your own mind. Unfortunately, Ed and I can't advise you on that.
Right, one for you, Rich, from James Hendricks in Seattle, in the United States. An IT supplier has offered to take me and my partner to an IT expo in Amsterdam. Fantastic. The conference is over 2 days, and the supplier has offered to pay for all flights and all accommodation, including the weekend. We have a 5-year contract with the supplier for generalist IT support, and we're in year 3 of the deal. Am I okay to accept?
Oh, definitely. Yes, go for it.
Amsterdam, way!
Well, It's a little bit extravagant. I was going to say even from Seattle to Texas is a bit extravagant, but Seattle to Amsterdam, that is extravagant. I would ask maybe if there's an equivalent US-based expo, which might be more appropriate. This does seem a little bit out of proportion, would be my view. So I'd say on balance, probably a polite decline.
On balance, there is no choice. You can't go. It's a bribe. Whether you've got an ethics policy or not, it's a bribe.
Yeah, but you get to go and see the pretty girls.
Yes, and smoke some wacky backy.
Yes, sorry about that, James. Or is it Jimmy?
Perhaps the answer would be that your company pays for it.
Yeah.
And you don't stay at the weekend, and you don't take your wife.
Yeah. Make it a boys' weekend. Right. The next one is from Roger Melly from Doncaster in the UK. What is the worst or least fulfilling spend category to manage and why?
The one that goes up in price every year.
Yeah, that's true. It's a tricky one. I've been responsible in my many, many years of procurement. I've bought prototype cars and design from Pininfarina. I've bought chocolate and cocoa that we mentioned earlier. But I was also, at one point, one of the UK's biggest buyers of industrial toilet paper. And let me tell you, a toilet paper factory is a place of fascination. I think you're right. It might be just the one where it's just awkward and the price goes up. But you could find beauty in anything in the world of procurement.
There are some areas of spend where it's almost impossible to influence the price. So some areas of IT software, like enterprise agreements, when you're negotiating with some of those big players in that market, you know, the Oracles, the SAPs, the Barnes and so forth, once they've got you, they've got you.
Here's the deal. Sign here.
Their terms and conditions. I think they're the least fulfilling because you can't do anything. You can do very little to add value. You can try and be really creative, but a lot of the time the supplier it just says no. And maybe your only leverage point is when they want to add some other functionality that's going to cost you more money. And maybe you get a bit of satisfaction from reducing the overall price. But I think it's the items where you can't negotiate. And I imagine that I have never bought raw materials like coal or ore or oil. They must be a bit unfulfilling for some. But then again, you can hedge and you can be creative.
Oh, there's the excitement of hedging. Yeah, the excitement of the markets.
Yeah, those that you can't negotiate, and possibly some of those big sort of enterprise IT agreements where you don't even negotiate the terms, do you?
No, I remember signing a deal with Ariba, SAP Ariba, and as soon as we signed the deal, we were paying for the licensing for all of the users, even though it was another year before actually the transformation had happened and we put the system in and trained the users, blah, blah, blah. But we were paying from day one. It's like, well, yeah. Oh, great. Thanks.
So, Richard, this is from Maria Zatopek, who resides in Lisbon, Portugal. This is a little bit of a cynical question, I think. A slight level of cynicism here. What is the next supply chain or procurement bandwagon I should jump on to further my procurement and management career? Now, imagine you're an expert in this, Rich.
I am. If you could get a role that combined AI, ESG, climate change and net zero and social value in your job, I would jump on those. Boom, shakalaka, boom, 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 boom.
Boom.
Yeah, all of the bandwagons all of the time. That would be. I don't know what's the next bandwagon. What do you think's post-AI? The post-AI blues. What might that be?
I don't know. I'm not a futurist. Are you a futurist?
I used to be.
Ooh.
I couldn't see myself doing it for long though.
Next procurement bandwagon after AI. I don't think there will be one because we will have set fire to the sky.
Yeah, it'll be the end of the world, won't it? Yeah, the next bandwagon will be how do you create a band of humans surviving in a post-apocalyptic New York and buying your goods and services efficiently.
Excellent. Can't wait.
Right, that's it. Loads of questions there. Loads of questions, all answered beautifully.
Super duper.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.